I separated into two folders. One is the front, which is the other side. So the other side is, I'll call it side because it's not the opposite, just the other angle. I'll show you on how to merge these two images.
Belum mendengar. Konjo anu konjo. Baik, frame offer பண்ணி. இல்ல மறைச்சிட்டு இருக்காங்க எனக்கு. ஆயூரி. நீங்க என்ன ரொம்ப மறைச்சிட்டு இருக்கீங்க? நாங்க இவங்க கிட்ட இருக்கோம் துருக்கி கிட்ட இருக்கோம். இல்ல உங்கள் ஃபோனை அங்கே கொடுத்துட்டு ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணி அவன் அனுப்ப மாட்டான் அவன் யூடியூப்பில் போட்டு காசு வாங்குறான்.
Okay, right, so I have these two sides, two angles. So I have 5 actually here, 10 images because I also include with the JPEG size. So later on, I'll give you only the raw file. The file is quite big, so hopefully you have enough space lah. Not really big one. PH. Okay, right. Okay, Photoshop. So open your Photoshop. Go to File. There's go to Auto Meet, right? And then you'll see Merge to HDR Pro. Okay, just click it. You need to add the files. So I'm just gonna start with the front first. Front. Only upload the raw file, which is this is in REF file. I have 5 of them. Click OK. Just wait for Photoshop to process. So another window will pop up later. Just wait for the software to try to merge. Okay, this is the one that I mentioned. Okay, so you have these 5 photos. Somehow the software try to evaluate the amount of the exposure. You can see this is +2, +1, 0, which is the need, negative 0.97, negative 1, right? So negative 1.97, like 2. So this is like 5, so you have up to 2 stops over and 2 stops lower. So then you have in between more. Okay, not that difficult, just change this to 32-bit. You need that 32-bit because you need that photo to be high as possible, high resolution as possible, high dynamic range as possible, right? So in order for you to store, the software to store all the information, it needs to be in higher bit rate, okay? After that, 32, and then just need to click turn in ACR, that's it. Okay, this is the photo, right? Everything balanced. Okay, if you go to image, go to mode by right. Something wrong here. Do it again. So now it's currently in 32 bit. Okay, now 32 bit. Okay, RGB 32. So go to mode, by right is set to 32. Okay, so make sure you click that 32 at that another pop-up window just now. So make sure your image is currently in 32. Then only when you save as, you will have this EXR or HDR format here. So you can either go with EXR or .HDR format, either way, okay? But I'll prefer to go with EXR because it's more, other software also familiar with this kind of format. Let's go with EXR and label this as HDR front. Just save it, and compression just set to none, so you don't want the software to compress anything in the photo. Just set to none and click OK. Okay, done one side, so you need to do another side. Go to automate, merge to HDR Pro, find the image, just now is front, this time is side. Export the raw image. Click OK. Okay, as usual, change this to 32, make sure, and then turn in ACR. And make sure you change to 32-bit mode here. This one you don't need to adjust the lighting, treat it as is. And then this one save to, okay, make sure this is 32. Go to image mode and 32. Okay. And then save as EXR, HDR site. And click save. Done. And okay. Okay, so done with these two images, and you somehow already merge all the images into one, and this is currently in EXR format. If you double check, the file size getting increased. This is 150 megabyte in that single image. Individually is 50, around that 50 meg. So the file is getting higher and it's quite big lah. So remember, the more picture that you have interval in between, the more file will be produced lah. I mean, the more size will be produced. So just make sure that you allocate your file and provide space for that lah. Also, the resolution that you set also will be affected. If you have a smaller resolution of the image, you might have a smaller size. Bigger, you have a bigger size lah. That is not going to affect, the resolution is not going to affect the quality of the image, but more on the bracket actually. The more bracket that you have, more light information in between. Okay? So I'm just gonna jump to the other software menu, just to merge these two. Okay, currently in new, so I'm just gonna save this just in case. Okay, bring it, those file, which is front, and also the other one is side, both EXR. Okay, you have these two images, alright? So now is the process where you need to merge these two angles and make it into one unwrapped image. Okay, so to unwrap this image, this is front, you guys can see it. Okay, this is front, and the other side, I mean this is another side. So first thing, you need to crop. You don't need the outer part of this chrome ball. So you need to crop. So in order for you to crop, you need a crop, right? The note called crop. Just put it here. Okay, so now just crop the image. I know the shape is square, but just remove whatever outside of that chrome ball. You don't need that one. Okay. Okay, so after you done crop, click this reformat. So basically it will just give you the end result lah, whatever that you crop. Doesn't show the black area outside of that chrome ball. So same thing here, you need to do it for the other side. Crop. Okay. Okay, done cropping, reformat, and it just shows the what do you call these? Just only the chrome ball lah, not the outer part of the chrome ball. Okay. Okay. So next, you need to reformat this, right? You need a pixel for this. It needs to be in a square both. Now if you notice, front HDR, this is the size 2157 2115, which is not square, and also this one gives you another dimension, another result lah, 2090 2190 2195, so it's not the same. So you need to be 1:1 ratio square. Right, so you need to reformat. Okay, so reformat the first one first. Reformat here, it gives me a 2048 1556. So it need to be in square. It's either this or basically up to you lah. If you want to customize the size to, you see this 2048, which is I can use this actually. If you want to customize, just go to new and just call it Chrome square, and this set to I'm just going to set to 1600. 1600. Okay. And you can copy paste for the other side. Okay, now you can see that area is filled with black area, whatever outside of this. The one that you crop, because reason it happened because you are viewing it from the other side. So both image has their own size. So if that happened to you, don't worry. Do not adjust the line anymore. Just click close everything. Right? Close the properties. So now both are giving me the same 1600 and 1600 times 1600. This is 1-to-1 ratio, and this one, if you notice, this give me a bit weird number here, 1586. So if that happened to you, resize type here with change to distort, and for both, just to make sure, right? So both having the same, you guys can see, right? 1600, 1600, right? Okay, so after that, what? You have these two. So now you have these two. Now it's time for you to merge these two. So how to merge? Before you want to merge, you need to unwrap first. So to unwrap, you need a spherical transform nodes. Oh man, this 16 giving me a different. Ah, 16. Never mind. I'll just gonna explore really quick because mine I'm using 15. 15 has a different settings here. This is 16, I think. 16 giving me a different thing, but never mind. I'll need to explore just a little bit. Oh, okay. Input here, if you're using 15 or 14, if I'm not mistaken, this input projection is by default set to mirror ball, so I don't have to change. Now here, by default is set to let long, so you need to change to mirror ball. So basically it will unwrap. Okay? So by default, anyone using 15? Lower than 16? Latest version is 16. This is 16. Anyone using lower than 16 version? No. Okay, so by right you're having the same settings. So don't be surprised. By default, in lower than 16 version 16 and lower, by default you're already set to mirror ball. So by version 16, by default is set to let long. So if this happened to you, just change to mirror ball. Okay? And it will unwrap the image from that chrome ball into like just one image. Okay, the not to say problem, but okay, not a problem here, because the previous version there's a setting where you can set the resolution of the output of this image. Usually I would set to, okay, there you go. Usually I would set to 2K lat long. Lat long is the format for HDRI, and that resolution, usually the ratio is 2:1. The chrome ball just now, you need to crop it into 1:1 ratio, but when you unwrap, it needs to be in 2:1. 2:1. Okay? Okay, this one is up to you. If you want, if you notice, if you go to Poly Heaven, if you download the HDRI, sometimes they give you like 4K, 8K, 2K resolution, right? So this is from here, right? If you need a high resolution of the image, if you need in a 4K size, then you set to 4K lat long. If you need 8K, you set to 8K lat long. If you need 12K, then you need to customize the size lah, right? But the ratio is 2:1, not 1:1. Okay, ratio is 2:1. Okay, so reason why I'm set to 2K, just to make sure everything is run smoothly, because if I run 4K, it will take some time to process, but just stick with 2K for this demo. Later on, feel free to explore in 4K if you want, right? So 2K set, and then you will have this, and just copy paste for the other side, and you will have the same result lah. So 2K lat long, and this is the unwrap of that image, from that image. Okay, so now is the time for you to merge. Oh man, this setting is giving me. Never mind, I'll try to figure it out. It's totally different from my version. Okay, merge. A is on the front, B is on the other side. Okay, when you merge these two images, this is normal because you're overlapping these two images where they don't have alpha. They don't have alpha here, right? Don't worry, do not add alpha here, just leave it there. Now it's time for you to align these two. If you notice, if you look at these two images, I'm referring to this area, which is the orange pin over there, and this area is two different on a two different location, two different spot. So your task is to merge these two and align back. Okay. So in order for you to do that, it's hard for you to look at this. Just change to average, so that it's easy for you to look at that area, which is this one and this one need to be aligned. To align these two, you just need to rotate the y-axis. Oh man, this is totally different. Pan, tilt, roll, okay. Okay, somehow I already get the picture aligned. Okay, reason why, if it's not aligned, you have to remember this is the lighting that you need, right? This is the direction of the lighting. If you have this, for example, the lighting is everywhere. You don't know which lighting is which, right? So you need to make sure everything is aligned in terms of the direction of the lighting, right? Otherwise the lighting is everywhere. Okay, so I'm referring to this orange spot, wall. So I need to align that. By default, okay, those who are using below 15 16, you have an extra settings where it's already there. You don't need to change anything here in terms of the rotation. So this is pan, tilt, roll by default. You just need to change this to rotation angle. So it will rotate the sphere, I mean the drone ball, instead of rotate in spherical direction. So change to rotation angle. In y-axis, y is like this is x, and this is z-axis. Okay, so y-axis, just align the wall here. Maybe I need to align the z-axis a bit. So the direction of lighting is there already. Okay, done. And then on the merge node here, just now is average because you want to see both average A and B in average, the midpoint. So you change this to map. There. So now you align all this lighting together like it's supposed to be lah. Okay. Alright, so now it's time for me to clean up some of the thing, which is especially the cameras over here. You don't want this. And some of the areas here is not aligned, but the lighting is there already aligned. But the wall here is already aligned. It's just some of the lines over here is not very clean lah. So that's why you need to clean up some of the areas, not all. So I'm just going to clean up on the A side, which is on the merge here, A side here. Just get a roto pin, or you just press P for shortcut. Okay, and change this to alpha instead of RGB, and start to paint. Okay, roughly lah. So you don't see the cameras anymore. Okay. So if you notice the image here, you can see like really patchy, right? So you can adjust that by having this node called grade. Okay, grade, and put that in the other side, on side B. Okay. Just lower down or increase the multiply here. And then you can see that the line is really rough. So I'm just going to blur the edge, add blur node after that roto pane, change the channel to alpha and increase. Okay, so roughly, okay, so you have this one image HDRI. Okay. That's basically it, actually. So it's time for you to write lah. This one, get and write notes. Just rename the file. Dot, okay, EXR, right? So you have EXR here, and then the only thing that you need to change here is the bit rate. So it's set to 16 bit half, so you need to set to 32 bit float, right? That's it, and then just click render. You just only need one image, so you need to set a range here. Okay, right? So now now your file is here. Because it's in 2K size, sorry, 2K lat long size, and the file is getting smaller. The one that you have just now, previously on set, the front, which is this one. This one is quite big file, 150 meg per file, because the size is 6K. You can see down there, it's 6K size, that's why it's 100 something. So because of you are compressing the size to 2K, that's why the number is getting lower. Don't worry about like why you are missing all the information there. You are not missing any information there. It's still there, it's just you downsize the scale. So if you want to have like a bigger size, 6K or 8K or 12K, feel free to explore. And you can apply, you can have the, by right you should have more information and reflection is more detailed compared to 2K. Okay? So since I already have that, yeah, HDRI. So I'm just going to go to okay, for example, I mean this is for demo. I'm just gonna export. Bring one of the. I think this one is yeah. So we're gonna get one frame from this, just for fun. I mean later on you have to track this footage and put that asset on top of that table. Okay. Don't worry, I'll provide the footage later. I will upload later. So I'm just gonna do in one frame only for this class demo. Right. Let me reformat first to full HD. Right. .jpeg. Okay. All right. So this is in Maya. So how to apply HDRI? I think you guys know how to apply HDRI, right? Okay. So see you have the file already. Just gonna have the cameras. I mean by right you should have the cameras coming from the camera track in mute. But because of I don't have that, I have to create